All right, we're coming here with the final set of the day. Upper bracket, Dieter and Atomic versus Mandatum and Noam. All right, I have up here for you guys the pick and bans for the maps.
Oh, I'm loading replay real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, so what we got here, let's see. All right, Dieter, so the map bans from both sides is Haboob, Volcanic Island, Archipelago, and Mongolia, putting enclosed as the neutral. So lots of and then Crater and Hill Fort was picked for Dieterkiller and Atomic, and then Bog Islands and Golden Pit picked for Mandatum and Noam. As you were saying, Faith, looks like Bog Islands is a tournament map. It's getting picked and played.
I think it's fun. You could always say the counter argument, though, is that all the other maps just suck so much more. I wonder if we're going to see Volcanic Island a single game of this tournament.
Yeah, that's a good question. I doubt it. It's a really jank map. I mean, and plus, I guess, if you want to play aggressive, you play Crater. Pick Volcanic Island. Challenge accepted. There it is. Aries is going to make me play it.
I think for sure we're going to see enclosed like nearly every set of the tournament, though. Although I am interested. This is the first time we've seen either team pick Hillfort, I think. Right?
Yes. This is the first time Hillfort got picked. No, I think it was picked but didn't get played because they chose Mongolia instead. I'm not sure. Ban and close, challenge accepted. So
okay. So we haven't seen Hillfort yet, which I think will be kind of interesting. We've seen Crater and Enclosed the most. We haven't seen Archipelago yet either, which, most people aren't big fans of water, but we put a water map on the map. We always make sure to put a water map, for like the one person in the entire tournament that wants water.
Yeah, the one team.
Haboob, I think, I'm surprised we don't see more Haboob, considering that it's a very competitive map.
Yeah.
And Gold Pit, I'm not surprised. Very, pretty standard map,
actually. Gold Pit gets into the 1v1 ranked rotation. I think Bog Island too, actually does as well. So, Civ bans, targeted ban. Okay, the Kumans targeted a Dieterkiller for sure. I think one of them might have picked up Gujaras, and then we have
Dieter banned.
Oh, Dieter banned. Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Right, I forgot. Yeah, weird. I guess they also play Kumans pretty well. And then there's a Poles and Berbers ban against Dieter and Atomic. Yeah, Civ pickups. I think both sides have really strong Civ pickups. I favor Dieter and Atomics more just because they have Frank's Britons, and they managed to snag it away. So,
I think Dieter and Atomic have the much more classical, when everyone, the older, people think of these civs as typically very, very good. But I mean, but I think the maps that Mandatum Noah have are also strong, just in very different ways. I mean, Mayans are classically strong civ. Magyars you don't really think about as much, but
Hello.
And Vietnamese we see them pick a lot in 2v2. Say what?
I was saying hello to Shmumby, who's joining us here.
You see Vietnamese picked a lot, and then
it's paired with the Byzantines, right? So
Bohemians I think are a bit of a weirder civ, but they have strats that work.
Those are the Bulgarians, actually. The yellow shield.
Frick are all these civs. Quit making up new countries.
Yeah, Bulgarians really good for early man-at-arms militia rushes, right?
That's what I meant. Bulgarians because of the free. I knew that shield meant free man-at-arms. Right. I just didn't know what civ it was.
And then you get the Saracen archers too coming out too for the Saracens. So, all right. So what do you guess on civs? Just want to guess it real quick. Run real quick. Opening. Enclosed.
So. I still really like Lithuanians on Enclosed, but I think Archers is very good. So I would feel like from Dieter Atomic, Bulgarian's always good because free eco upgrades. So if I were to, I feel like I don't know. I think a lot of options here work on Enclosed. So Ethiopians because Archers, Britons because Archers, Lithuanians because Relics.
Yeah.
Vikings are Vikings, so always a good option. Spanish because trade, good option. And Bulgarians because cheap, earlier upper eco upgrades. I'm gonna guess Ethiopians, I think.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guess Lithuanians, but I really, besides Ethiopians, I don't have one that I'm like, oh yeah, I super feel. I feel like if I were them, yeah, I'd go ahead and use Lithuanians here. But I've said that every single game that Lithuanians have been available.
Yeah.
So if you can tell, I like Lithuanians.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. Let's see if the defending champion from last Fo 1 tournament can squeak out the victory here. All right. Let's see.
That's true.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. You guys want me to do countdown? You guys all stop at 30, right?
Yep, I'm stopped at 30. You can go ahead. Give me 1 second to switch the stream here. All right. Yep, I'm all set. Ready when you are.
Are you ready?
Hold on. Give me a second.
Give you 30 seconds?
No. I'm already at 30. No, I'm at 30 now.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
Yes,
Alrighty, everyone. So we're in this game. All right. So in the blue, we have Hindustanis. Okay, I was never gonna guess that because I don't even know what their team icon looks like. Plus, I didn't get to guess.
Yeah.
Ethiopians from Dieterkiller. So we got that one. No surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I said, I think Archer is very good. So Ethiopians in yellow. We have his ally is the Franks Atomic.
Yep.
That one I think is a little surprising. But, you know, Franks are never bad either. That's the problem, is that a lot of their civs are just never bad civs.
Right.
And then Noam, we have Vietnamese. So we saw that Vietnamese was very, very strong last set, you know?
Yes.
And it's like I said, Vietnamese in team games, it's just a very solid archer civ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because team games tend to be a little more, like, sloppy. You're not fighting one unit type, so... You know, it doesn't, like, set amounts of damages aren't as important. Yeah. So it means, like, and that sounds weird to say, and without going into, like, how complicated and why it is. But basically the point is the 20% HP bonus of archers for Vietnamese is so good in team games, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to take a lot of, like, damage from various different sources, so having, like, that extra 20% matters a lot, you know? Yeah. Whereas in some other situations, right, it may not matter at all, because if it doesn't make a significant difference in how many hits. Mandatum, wow, some clean deer lures going on.
Yeah. This is what I like. I like to see these kind of things. Is Mandatum actually was scouting with his water buffalo for a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. I do that every now and then, like sheep and stuff. But
right.
Yeah. Well, so this is the only advanced bracket game of today, isn't it?
Yes, today's unfortunately this is the only upper bracket game today because all the other round ones were resolved in DQs. So
yeah, it's been a hectic tournament.
Yeah,
we've learned a lot. Again, after the first one, we still learned a lot. Yeah. But yeah. So we're gonna see a much higher level of play here. We're gonna see very little idle time. We're gonna see a lot of scouting
from green.
Yeah, luring deer from basically everyone, actually.
Yeah, actually.
And well, is Orange luring deer? No, he's scouting.
Yeah, Orange.
Yeah, Dieter has not lured his deer yet, and neither has Orange, but Green and Blue have.
And I think it's so. Just without saying who's what elo. So the elo gap between these players is very big, right? Yeah. Like relatively speaking, right? If you're just looking at the numbers, right? The difference between most teams in amateur bracket, the entire range of amateur bracket is like a range of like 800 to like 1100. That's the entire amateur bracket range. It's 300 points. This bracket, advanced bracket, is like 1300 to like 1700, right?
Right.
But despite the fact that the range is much
is more, you know, too.
Well, so that's the thing though. Percentage-wise, though, it's as percentage of players, it's a smaller difference, right? So going from 1,000 elo to 1,100 elo is a jump of almost like 25% of the player base, right?
That's crazy.
But going from 1,300 to 1,700 is only a jump of like 5%, right? So it's funny because how you want to look at it, like in like elo, it's a lot, right? And you think, wow, that's a lot. In percentage, you're like, oh, 5%, that's not a big difference. But then in experience, you're still like, oh no, 5% is a huge difference, right? You know, like, so there's lots of ways you can sort of interpret that data, right?
Right. All right. So, let's see. Now I'm already with 6 on wood, where everyone else is... Oh, no, Dieter's also going with 1, 2...
I love Blue's name.
he has 7 on wood here.
Mandatum.
And, looks like
This guy better
Atomic is
play
going to be the
Spanish.
first one up here.
Yeah. So
Scouts. He's going to Scout Rush. That's what that tells me. And he's learning his deer now.
I kind of... Well, yeah, so this high level play, so it's all going to be about aggro. I was going to say, I kind of wish that they'd go, you know, maybe more, not, like, I kind of wanted to see, like, maybe, like, the knight players go castle and stuff like that, but instead, I think that it makes sense, though, because you really can't afford to play, you know, greedy, right, at this level. You have to play smart, and smart is aggressive. That's a great thing about Age of Empires 2 is that it really does reward aggressive play. Like it rewards.
Yeah, Dieter is coming out with the walls to pick berries and gold. Smart. Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah. I also really like Mandatum's walls. It looks like he's making like a circle around his base. So
I like Mandatum's better. I feel like the yellow walls are a little too slim, but I'm sure he could get a tower up.
Yeah, I think he gets a tower up for sure. He is investing like 3 villagers to get the wall up, right? So
that last set with Dead Meat, how he did that really long wall against SPQR.
Yeah,
and that really wall didn't really do much. I kind of like these much tighter walls, right?
Yeah.
So I like both styles. Dieter's building like basically a second mini base, like a camp.
Pretty much.
Building like a circle, and I think both of them are really nice. I like both styles.
Be more an experienced player thing. Like even Green, you see, has walls just around his mill, but not necessarily around his base yet.
Okay,
but he's working on it. But
you realize with those long walls, it's nearly impossible to defend them. So what's the point?
This is a very strange adaptation. All right, so I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but Atomic, right? Instead of stables, he went archery range. Is he? I guess he's anticipating the aggro from the archers.
That's kind of, so there's 2 ways to read this. One is so there's 3 ways to read this. One is that he's just playing, he's going to go defensive.
Yeah.
2 is that, his opponent is probably going to be very confused, like you don't expect French archery range. Right. He is doing skirm, so it looks like he's going to play defensive as the plan.
Yeah.
But he may be trying to play in castle. And then the third...
And it's a good call, because oh wait, no, yellow's on his team. My bad, sorry.
Yeah, and then the third possibility is that he just forgot what civ he's playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does have an archer player.
He is building archers, so yeah.
Yeah, double archery range coming out from Green here.
Yeah. He hasn't scouted it, but he just assumed from
right.
the enemies.
Right, and the good thing, though, is that if you look at, he managed to hit. So earlier, Noam was trying to scout up there, and he got hit by Atomic scout, and he went away. So Noam doesn't even know that there's an archery range up here. So he has no idea that he's building.
Here in a second.
Yeah, but the point is, it's kind of he already put archers and spears, and so he doesn't know. He's just now going to scout it, and now he has no clue. Is this archers? Is it skirms? I think with the tower, he's going to know that it's defensive play.
Yeah.
But the point, though, is that, the point is that he's already invested into units that aren't good against what he's about to fight,
Yeah.
So it's really good that Atomic scared away that scout earlier.
Yeah. All right, dude, looks like Mandatum's about to hit the castle here, right? Real quick.
Oh my gosh, we just got in the game.
14-minute castle.
14-minute castle age. He's going to have knights out in the field.
Is that just a Hindustani thing?
It might be a Hindustani strategy. Oh, he'll go camels for sure because he doesn't get knights. But yeah, he's going to counter the Franks early.
Well, there's nothing for him to counter. Well, unless, of course.
Yeah, the camels are already coming out.
All right, we got some action. Noam versus Atomic. We got skirms. So yeah, the skirms doing what they were expected to do.
Yeah.
I think that because the Hindustanis are going to prefer camels, and French tend to be a little bit one note. Right?
Yeah.
I actually wonder if Mandatum and Noam just have the better civ picks here.
Yeah, the camels are definitely... Maybe they guessed that Atomic was going to open up with Franks, but yeah, it seems like they just got the answer on the Frank push here. All right. Dieter was sending his archers to go to the right side, but now they're still on the north side. All right.
We have a
battle.
Yeah. Oof, that's a lot of archers, but he might be able to get the spear. If he gets a spear, that's really good for him.
Yeah, he needs to get the spear.
He hasn't lost a skirm yet, so that's good. So he can always like move them back, remass them. But the problem is the scout's going to get a bunch of free hits in, and he can't really.
Yeah, he needs to send his scout.
But the problem is now he loses his scout, so it's kind of a rough fight. You know?
He's just gonna lose everything. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why like skirms, like this is a great example of how like trash units, they're counter units, yes, but you need to remember the problem with trash units is that they only counter one unit.
Yeah, a very specific thing. Yeah,
a very specific thing. So they're very bad as a generalist unit, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're getting countered by trash, if you have gold and your opponent doesn't, it's better to brute force with gold. Well, okay. I shouldn't say that, but very often, like just having gold units wins, right?
Yeah.
Like,
all right, the camels are coming.
Gold units are Arbalest.
The camels are coming for support.
The camels are coming.
All right, so we're seeing a classic in 2v2 games. We're seeing a classic 2v1 strategy.
It looks like Atomic isn't really ready for this.
No, he's not ready for the camels.
He's
definitely not ready.
He definitely doesn't have the military, and I don't know.
He's trying to get 2 stables down too. He does have the tower.
He hasn't reacted with any like spear queue up or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he saw the camels until like very recently.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a spearman coming in.
Yeah, but the skirm's already gone.
Yeah, and the problem is that there's the archer, so he has a 2v1. The question is, if you're, and this is like why I think like at high level, everyone says like scouting's so important. Like, if they had scouted that in advance, like Dieterkiller's units could already be here, but they didn't, and so now they don't have anything. Like, you need to basically always scout everything, and I think Atomic lost his scout, didn't he?
Yeah, Atomic did lose a scout, in that earlier trade. Alright, so Dieter's archers are coming in. Some good news is that Dieter... Oh, no, never mind. I think Green will hit the castle before Dieter does, yes. But, yeah, alright, so let's see how the micro goes. Alright, spear for Archer.
Yeah, Vietnamese archers just putting in the work, dude. You see them taking damage. Atomic is about to lose like 4 villagers. There's no way any of them are surviving this. But he does hit Castle Age.
What is the answer?
Yeah, well, the answer is to I don't know what the answer is.
Cry.
Right now, there is not an answer. It's hold on to your butthole. And
build a siege workshop and castle and hope you get a
maybe a siege workshop here. Yeah, he is castle, so.
It's like Mandatum just like opened up the game in Castle Age. Like, what happened?
Yeah. I mean, it seems that there was no early pressure on Mandatum, so he got a free Castle Age, and he got a quick one. I guess what you do there is you need to be out on the field harassing by like 10-11 minutes to stop that fast castle.
Workshop.
All right, some knights coming out from Atomic here.
He hits Castle Age. He is trying to preserve his military, which is Atomic has some knights, and that's okay, but it's really a bad comp for him. I actually think. Yeah. So I know earlier I said like, oh, I don't think they're gonna go Franks because I don't think Franks is a good pick here, and then I kind of like bit my tongue. I kind of still think Franks was not the play, right?
Yeah.
Granted, they didn't know Hindustanis were gonna be picked here, but I don't. And I can't
not a very boom map. It's not. It's deceivingly defensive. Like, it's not as defensive as it looks. You know.
Yeah. I think this map is a pretty aggro map. It tends to reward the aggro archer civ. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's weird to say like, oh, I think Franks wasn't the play because it's the Franks, right? When is it not the play? But it just felt like it was like this wasn't the play.
Yeah.
But honestly, Mandatum and Noam, their execution of the Dark Feudal Age was so good. They got the castle so fast, and with military, just so impressive. Like,
Yeah.
Dieter has a ton of houses. That's a lot of houses.
Yeah.
Man really does want to get a house, and he's trying to find those camels. That's a good thing. At the very least, these camels are going to be a lot weaker to the traditional, crossbow line. So if he can ever catch them, he'll get damage in. The problem is, you have to catch
University for Dieterkiller.
Yeah.
Ballistics probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of need those.
I don't know.
Oh no, there's a hole.
The camels are going to be running at you anyways, right?
He's not going to use anything here, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
Right,
think this
forcing
is
a
a move
TC,
from Blue.
yeah.
You're just kind of throwing away. I mean, you're
Nah,
idling,
I
but
actually
you're
think
throwing
he's
away the
just pinned-
camels.
Yeah, I actually think he's just pinned in his camels. He should lose all these camels.
Yeah,
Together.
but he's getting idle time.
Yeah, but I mean, idle time for this many camels?
That's true. That's true. They're also
a few
keeping
picks. There's gonna be
Atomic
a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of picks.
all right. He did
No,
pick 2 Billies though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still think
Not
think
worth.
3. Yes, I think not worth. Three villagers and some idle time, not worth. That many camels, I don't think so.
Camels
Alright.
were putting
Oh,
such a
he got.
pressure on
So
Orange.
Green
you
picked
know?
up some two Villies in the gold line.
Oh,
His,
that was
that
good.
was
crossbows.
Yeah, that was a good pick. And and Noam has more archers here. I think. Let's see, they're +2 versus +2. Oh, they're gonna go full fighting. Actually, the Ethiopians should win this.
Yep, Ethiopians have double the shots or shoot
the
faster.
faster fire rate really making a difference.
Yeah.
Um,
So he's gonna pull them
As long
back.
as Orange holds here, I think they're in good shape on it. Well, I don't know.
yeah.
Green and Blue have a lot behind, like 4 TCs, 3 TCs.
Yeah, they have 3.
I don't
Yeah,
think it matters,
they're booming
like, even if
behind.
they hold.
Yeah, Billy lead. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that's never a good sign. But I think. Let me see. I really think that Dieter actually is playing like
Yeah, he's playing well.
solid.
He's playing a solid game.
Atomic just got 2v1, and you can kind of feel that there's a lot of synergy between Noam and Mandatum
Yes,
going on.
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, they planned the strategy ahead, so they're playing super well. They're like, okay, we're gonna hit this guy, we're gonna do it this way, and then we'll keep the pressure up.
Yeah, and
Good. Atomic did sneak some villagers to the top side of the map, so he's getting free gold. So
That's
that should
good,
help
that's
him
good.
keep get those knights out. At least
yeah, that's
slowly.
and that's honestly something we haven't seen on this map yet. That
Yes.
it seems very obvious, but like other people just haven't done it. It's like because you really want that gold in front of your base because it's so close and convenient, right? But people don't think to check. It's hard to find every single gold mine on the map or scout it all the time. So like him moving those villagers, that's like a sign of a good player, right?
Yeah.
Like,
We're getting the micro war here.
yeah. Oh man, I thought those camels were about to get deleted, but no, he was watching.
Yeah. All right. Good. All right. He snuck out like 4 more villagers to get that gold. That's good. Oh,
Yeah,
losing some archers.
it's a good thing that
Pretty big army. I don't think they
Yeah.
lose the camels, right?
Yeah. The composition favors Noam and Mandatum here, right? The camels beat the knights. Oh, commit from Orange.
Actually, it's a little tricky to say. The camels do beat the knights, but camels get wrecked by crossbows a lot more than knights do. But yeah, oh no, dude, this is actually really bad.
Yeah,
so they hard force the engage. So that was kind of like riskier on Noam and Mandatum's position.
Yeah.
But they have enough
And
units.
it's just dead.
Yeah, they just have too many units.
Yep.
And the camels are plus
Ballistics is
2,
finally in.
whereas
probably
the
a
knights are
little
only
too late.
+1, and that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, Orange has been like eco idle the whole time. All right. So the TC should be able to pick up some here, some crossbows that are not. All right. It picks up 2, but he does lose some villagers.
Maybe
All right.
a little overcommitted, but at this point, they can afford to throw away some resources.
Yes.
They have extra TCs, and
they're still coming. The crossbows are still
Oh my
coming.
goodness, dude! Look at the amount
It's
of these
just
crossbows.
really
There's
like a bunch of
32
ants.
of them.
so when I was playing with Dieter, he told me
15.
like when you're playing an archer civ,
5
your
and 2.
archery ranges should never stop producing. Essentially,
Yeah.
like at any point. And Noam is really taking that to heart.
Yep.
And that they're gonna call the game 1. That was just
All right. Wow. GG.
Yeah. To be honest, that's just really clean play by Noam and Mandatum.
There's nothing they can do. I think Atomic might have been debated. Atomic and Dieter might have been debated by the map. They get
Yes.
more defensive.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
more inexperienced in it.
Yeah.
I just think that Noam and Mandatum seem to have like this 2v2 play like pretty locked. Actually, is how I feel about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. They were definitely in sync. You could tell. Absolutely. So yeah, really clean play. All right. Let's see. Let's pull up real quick here the pick bands. Let's see what's left for them. Okay. Let's just let the viewers know that the map will be Hillfort. So what will you guys do in Hillfort here?
Yeah. So
Let's have Frank's here.
we already know. Wait, do you say you wish you had Franks here?
I said it'd be nice to have Frank's here.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know because you don't get berries in Hillfort.
That's true.
That's true. You don't get berries on the floor.
True. I did not think about that.
So, so first off, I think map pick, this was the right choice, because I think that I think, like, Crater plays more similar to Enclosed than Hillfort does, and so I think, like, switching it was the right way to go.
Yeah.
So I think Hillfort was a good pick. If I were Dieter and Atomic, I don't know, man. I would go Vikings.
You
just love the Vikings.
Well, it's just they have some of the best eco in the game, and eco wins games. You know, and against better players, like higher elo players that you think, okay, they you want. I feel like I know it sounds sad to say like you want to go for that crutch, but I go for the crutch.
Yeah. Maybe like some Vikings.
I think it's such a complicated game, and like great players are going to make mistakes, so having a crutch isn't a bad thing.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
For Mandatum and Noam, if I know it's Hillfort, I would seriously consider Saracens because it's Saracens or Turks that get the market abuse. It's Saracens. Right?
Yes, Saracens.
Right. Okay. I would go Saracens. I just want to make sure, but I was pretty sure it was. I would actually consider Saracens here because you could do a lot of neat market abuse with them and go very aggressive, even on a map like Hillfort. And I think that when you're the better player, you can expect that your opponent's not ready for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe it's a close map. Maybe you do like an arena style. Maybe play some Spanish. Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, Spanish aren't bad here either. You have time to mass conquistadors. It's not a bad option.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. All right, and see game 2.
I'm frozen at 30.
All right. I'm a little at 32. So you say go, and I'll delay here. Okay. And
3.
Let me.
2. Wait, Santi, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go. It's okay if you're like a second difference doesn't make any difference. All right, so in the red we have the Bulgarians.
Okay.
Which I called it. You guys heard me, right?
Yeah.
No,
good call. Yeah.
I heard Vikings.
For Noam in yellow we have the Mayans.
Okay.
Blue Dieterkiller we have the Spanish. So good call.
Yeah.
And then green Atomic we have the Lithuanians. Woo!
Okay, so double cav. The Spanish are a cav civ with gunpowder, right? So.
You know what's funny though? I actually don't prefer the Lithuanians here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
There's not a huge advantage to getting to feudal very fast, and you can't do any cheese with the barracks early on this map.
Yeah.
And the relics aren't particularly easy to get. So
yeah, they don't favor him, right? He has one over here far away, then one in the middle,
right?
And then
in general.
On side.
In general, in this map, you have to be exposed to get relics, so you have to play risky for relics anyway.
Yeah.
One thing that's a little unfortunate is that Dieterkiller and Atomic's bases aren't connected, and that just kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Are they connected or are they deleted?
No. So in red and yellow, they have a connected base, right? It's not deleted.
Yeah.
And for some reason, blue and green didn't get the connect, which is really
weird. It's just RNGs like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's super weird.
I actually do think it is disadvantageous to not have the connect because it means that enemy archers could be between your two bases.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Or even or knights, whatever, right? Anything can get in there. So yeah.
Right, exactly. Like it helps enemy mobility, but it doesn't really add to yours.
Yeah.
I think it's just some deer lures probably from everyone, and I like Noam and Mandatum civs here better. I really do like the Mayans pick a lot. Yeah. Bulgarians, so Bulgarians I think are kind of like a strong cav civ pick here because they're more like their cavalry are better like later because you get stirrups attack bonus, which is just ridiculously good.
Right.
But you need time to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
So I think they have good civs here, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then you also have credit posts and stuff like that. Just nice all around stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll see a strategy that will take us to a game 3. I'm really hoping for a great game 3 here. So,
dude, I want to see.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah, I want to see game 3, but I want to see mass conics and mass conquistadors.
Yeah.
Just because, you never get to see those units.
Yeah, if I don't see conks, if I don't get a game 3, I at least want to see conks.
Yeah, I want to see mass conks.
Yeah.
And last tournament we saw mass conks. I forgot what was the set, but one dude was basically 2v1ing because he had mass comps.
I think it was Dieter and Matthias on Arena, right? And Matthias was the Spanish player.
It was on Hideout.
On Hideout. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it was a set with Floki and Ragnarok.
Oh, right. Yeah, the mass conks like stopped the push. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but the Spanish player lost, but it's because they got pushed on the other side really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were just commentating that on Tap Pack. It's just RNG. It's super weird.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because I do think it's unfair for Dieter and Atomic.
Yeah, they should fix this.
I actually would say, like, technically, so it's unfortunate because you could just get into the same situation, but I would allow, like, you can call a read. So I don't know if you guys know, but any team can call one read per, like, I don't know the exact rules, but it's in the rules. So the rules know better than I do.
Yes.
So you can call a remake if you're not happy with your map generation.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's a little less common now that Arabia's kind of not like the primary maps in tournaments.
Yeah.
Because in Arabia you could get all kinds of wacky, just like your base is screwed.
Well,
and then people would agree.
Yeah. I think the thing though is that people don't know when your base is screwed in these weirder maps because they've never played them. So they're like, wait, is this a bad map or is it just always this stupid?
Yeah. Yeah, there is the comment by Official that if one person is raided, you do have the extra wall, so you won't be affected either on that raid, right? So maybe there is a positive to having the gap
point.
here.
That's a good point.
All right. So okay, so we have Red immediately puts his second lumber camp outside. Smart, because the ones inside are going to run out. And it's early in the game, and I think everybody's going to do a fast castle strategy. You're not going to be worried about the rush, right? So, if you're going up with 24 vills, 23, 22, you expect a fast castle. So, instead of the 1920 feudal aggro builds order. Even though some people do it feudal aggro on 21, 22, something like that. Alrighty. Okay. Man,
and again, the ecos of Noam and Mandatum are just like rocketing. Man, they're just so fat. 25, 20. They have even vill counts, so it must just be, I guess, like scouting difference or something.
Yes, I think it's scouting difference plus the amount of food, right? So if you look,
actually, the scores are actually even. Dieter's actually. I don't know what I was thinking.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that I think Atomic went up earliest, right? So that's why he's the lowest. Right? So he went up with 22 vills. Yeah, there we go. It's about there it is, right? They down.
Yeah.
I wonder if he should have delayed and gone to try and fast castle instead. But I guess, like, on the other hand, you can't tell if your opponent is fast castling or not. So, like, but at the same time, though, like, imagine someone trying to feudal push you on this map,
Yeah, I guess the advantage of fast castle is pretty nice here, right? You get the second TC up pretty quick.
Yeah, I think I would do fast castle 2 TC on this map, like, every time.
Yeah, he's not that far away from the food, so he's gonna build some farms. He's got the blacksmith up, so he might click. But I'm expecting
a market.
I'm expecting fast clicks from everybody here.
Usually, if you're doing fast castle, basically, as soon as you build the blacksmith market or blacksmith, whatever,
you click.
Click up immediately, right?
So,
but
not all of them have
you
the
already
food.
kind of have the resources.
Yeah, I expect.
Green's not fast castle, I guess, because he has
right. So the problem, even if you're close, the problem is that because you don't want to have your TC idle. So if you're gonna do something, you're gonna build villagers. But if you're building villagers, you're slowing down your castle time. So you have to
Blue went fast.
Yeah, but he bought for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that happens.
Yeah, so did Green.
It's not uncommon for a fast castle.
Yeah.
Typically they'll sell their stone, I believe.
Or I don't know.
They didn't sell their stone.
Well, just be aware. Dieter's on stone, right?
Fast castle. I don't think you sell all your. I don't think you'd sell all your stone because you need it for the TCs.
Yeah, he still has.
You know what I think? I think if you look at Dieter, he has 9 on stone clicking up. 10 on stone. I think he's gonna do a Spanish castle drop here.
But yeah, these are still pretty fast.
I think
like, they're good times.
I don't know if
the
castle could still be strong if he could scout in advance and find where Noam or Mandatum are gonna place a second TC outside of the base, right? But otherwise, I think trying to do a castle drop here isn't very fruitful. I would just put a castle.
You can't even put it on that hill, right?
Yeah, you
right.
can.
I would just put a castle inside my own base, just to start massing up conks. But at the same time, like I know I'm like passing judgments and stuff, but obviously, like
yeah, it's harder in the moment.
I'm gonna say wrong things because I'm not as good as Dieterkiller is. But I'm just saying, I personally feel like I would have gone for like massing military quickly, this game, because it just feels like how to win, right? Is like TCs and like mass military. Dropping a castle forward just doesn't feel like it's gonna be very productive.
Town center.
What are the ELOs? I think it's Atomic 1100 plus Dieter 1300 plus, and I think Noam and Mandatum are like 15.
Red is scouting this.
He scouted the Villies, the Villi forward. He's stalling.
I hope it's not a castle fort. I want it to be a TC.
Here, if you guys want to know, because I keep getting a lot of questions. So Dieter is 1300.
Yeah.
Atomic is 1200, but both of them have 1700.
Oh no!
ELO.
Oh no! 2 scouts and an eagle. I think he's gonna lose these.
I don't think you forward castle.
Mandatum and Noam are both 1500.
I guess the forward castle Spanish isn't bad though.
200 team ELO.
Yeah, with the Spanish is not bad because you get the faster build rate, but he got scouted out. That's the problem, right? So he lost to Villi.
Yeah.
Well, Red anticipated it. Red probably saw the score drop and sent a scout. I was assuming.
Yeah, look, archers are coming out.
Now there's military.
Scouts are coming out.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
I would have preferred to see the TC like Green's doing. I understand the forward castle though. It makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe a defense. Yeah, that would have been the play, and then get the conks out.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, conks are fast, anyways, right?
Yeah, I get it, but it's not. It doesn't create. I think that the problem is that I don't think it really creates a lot of advantage. Like, let's say he gets a castle up there, right?
Right.
Okay. The castle there is still downhill from that base, so if it gets in village, you're losing the heat. You're denying that gold, that's true, but there's like 4 more golds to the sides, right?
Alright, he's sending more villies out. Let's see if he gets
this castle. That's gonna hurt him bad. He lost like 6 villagers, or was it 5 or 6?
And he might lose. He actually might lose more here. If he
might lose more here. 4 villagers is still not fast enough. Needs to wall quicker, but the problem is there's archers. Like you can wall, but there's really archers. Green needs to come support with some army instead of building a third TC.
Green's trying to boom, seems like.
Yeah, Green is booming. He's now getting his stable up, but yeah, that castle's going.
Confused.
I think
their play is a little confused.
I think they're kind of flustered and they're not on the same. They're not on the same page at all.
Yeah, there's nerves going on here.
Yeah, they're not on the same page, and this castle is not going to go up. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sometimes you just have a really
I agree officially. Yeah, it should have been safe in the first place. Like, they should be in this position anyways.
Yeah. Alright, Red just scouted also the back TC from Atomic. So, and then, here come the eco TCs from both Noam and Mandatum here.
Yeah, but like at this point, Mandatum is like 36 bills to Dieter's 26. Like it's a rough spot.
Dieter's.
Yeah, this was just. I think Dieter maybe is a little tilted right now.
Yeah. It seems to be the case.
I mean, plus he knew. I mean, he knew Yellow had archers. So.
Well, the archers came out. Yeah, I think the problem is
the archers denied him the first castle.
Yeah, right. Well, right, because Red had 3 scouts and he saw him coming, right? So they saw him coming, and c'est la vie, right? Maybe it would have been nice that had Dieter communicated, hey, Atomic, I'm doing this castle drop, please, have scouts or something out, right, to help the Villies, right? Maybe he would have gotten it up, right? But I think the general strategy, right, was maybe a more defensive one. But, these are things that, these are like split second decisions that are happening, right? So it's hard. It's also hard, right?
This is, I think the split second's like, for example, building the second castle. That's like a split second. The first one, though, I think was like a strategy decision. And
yes, it was. True.
And you're right. Atomic could have brought military forward with that. The reality is that clearly it's not on the same page.
Yeah.
Relative to Noam and Mandatum, who know they're on the same page.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like we know they're on the same page. We don't even need to ask them, right? It'd be like, hey, do you guys know what each other are doing when you play? No, we can watch them and we know that that's true. You know.
Right. Right.
Well, now he's got this castle, so I don't think this. I think that second castle, first, which is now the second castle, will go eventually.
Yeah. So he gets a defensive castle. That's good. That will stop the, the archers from pushing any further.
Yeah.
That's
The
true.
archers are basically useless at this point.
All right. Some monks are out. Let's see if he
That's
gets
a
tonight.
good play. That's a really good play. Have monks here.
Yeah, but no monks are out. No conversion though. So
Okay.
a trade
And,
was made.
Oh,
That's
it looks
gonna
like
be
they're
an
getting
accident
some
click.
picking up relics. So Atomic already picked up relics.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Red's going for his relic too.
Yeah, so maybe they're anticipating a little bit of a longer, more defensive game. Dieter is putting up a second TC, so
Yeah, good. So he
You know,
might be able
I
to
don't
recover
think-
here.
yeah, I don't think he's given up, but he's got
Yeah.
a Conquistador. He's gonna probably bait this knight to its death. I don't know if. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. The good news is that Atomic's not that far behind in bills to the other two players. So
No,
maybe he
Atomic's
can keep the pressure off.
Atomic's in a good spot. That's. It is a build difference, but it's not enough that you can make military mistakes.
Don't lose this monk. Oh, he loses the
Yeah.
monk. Oh no.
Yeah, that was such a good pick on the monk, to be honest.
That's so unfortunate.
Dude, I wonder if we're gonna see his castle get taken out just by archers.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
this
wonder.
works
Do they
pretty
commit
enough.
against these crossbows? I don't think we should commit.
I
You don't
don't
have enough.
think they have
The knights
Yeah.
and the conks, they might be enough.
It's only
I mean,
4 knights, 3 conks. I don't think it's enough. And then the
Conks
knight.
is- The
Yeah.
problem is Conks is so inaccurate. You kind of
Yeah.
need numbers for Conks.
Yeah, otherwise they're missing. Yeah, and then you also have Mandatum's knights on the backside to ready engage too. So
Conks go from garbage to overpowered when they have numbers.
yes.
You know, and to think they're nerfed. They used to be even better.
Yeah. Okay, this is
Okay,
he has 2
I think they're
stables
gonna
up.
try. I think he's gonna try for the castle now.
Yeah, this is good
he
to save
went
the
back with
conks.
the
Yeah,
conks.
that was a
He's
great-
got a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
picked up some
Yeah,
crossbows.
numbers wise,
They need to pull back. They're
Yeah,
over
they need to watch
now.
out
You
because
need to
the
pull back the knights here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he has the billies. Does that castle go
Oh, you
up?
gotta pull his conks back.
Yeah, the problem is they didn't know about the knights. So this one's not even their fault. I think they played this really, really well.
I think the castle. Does the castle go up? No, I don't think.
so.
No, it's not gonna go up.
Maybe. I think these crossbows are gonna get knocked out here.
Oh
right?
yeah, the crossbows are getting dead. Okay.
Oh, the monk is still a little too forward.
Oh,
there.
he loses another bog.
Okay.
Oh, he
He
loses 2 more
lost
billies.
the bill.
Even now though, the conks are putting in some damage.
Yeah.
I mean those
They
crossbows they cleaned up, which is really good. So
Yeah.
And this amount of knights, he can get that castle up now. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He just needs one more villager.
I think they could have waited a little longer too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there's no rush, really, right?
Yeah.
I
Get
think
the castle up.
yeah, that's
Sending
true.
5 more
But
up
To
here.
be fair though, they didn't know the knights were there, so
That's true.
With the information they had, it was the right call. I
Yeah.
think.
He had converted Reds, or tried to convert Reds Knights previously,
Yeah.
so they knew Red had Knights.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. So green now
They
has some
should know how
knights
many he
amassed.
had.
Go raid. Go raid, dude. Go raid. Please raid.
I really think if they didn't, I really think if they didn't lose that first castle, I actually do think the game would be even or in Dieterkiller's favor
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Wow, why is that
It
scout
was
so
just a good
angry?
read from Red to have the scout there waiting for the forward vills.
Yeah.
Oh, the conks. Oh, okay. He loses 1,
Yeah.
2.
Scout
Oh,
is
no.
just too.
He lost 3
honestly.
conks.
Oh no!
All right.
4 sniped.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So they scattered out the castle. That's good. Just I would move these units around. Go find a TC. Right. Keep the pressure off. Make them react a little bit. Who knows? Oh, pull the conks back. Pull the conks back. Oh no, he's looking elsewhere. He's looking elsewhere. Oh man.
You probably shouldn't pull in that direction though, because
Yeah.
that's where. Well, actually, no. Green's knights are there. That should be the direction. You
Yeah. Okay. Alright, they clean up 2 knights. Alright.
Yeah,
These knights, green knights need to go raid. They need to go pick up some billies over here on the side.
I don't think he has it scouted there, does he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But, I mean, I guess this is like comfortability on the map, right?
Actually,
this is their home map. They should know that TCs go on the side here, right?
Well, yeah, but also this map is jank. No one knows what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, green on 4 stables though. That's good. 4 stables.
Dieter's told me that this map has appeared in the ranked queue before, like in ranked team queue, but I'm sure that its pick rate was like less.
Is this the first round? Yes, this is the first round, and yes, there is. Yes.
If you look at the north, Noam walled with docks. I like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually learned that too. I actually do that too. Yeah. So
there's still a hole there, I believe. Yeah, there's still a hole there.
Yeah, but he could put another. He could put palisade to close it up. But yeah, there is a hole.
Yeah, there's a hole right here. It's right there.
But it wouldn't be Age of Empires if there wasn't a hole.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Unfortunately, there are monks out, and I do believe. Yeah, and
all right. They get in the base here.
Okay, you got it open. Ooh, very nice.
I mean, one monk is not a big deal, right? You'll lose.
Oh, okay. The house walls are in.
Big walls.
Alright, kill the monk.
No, I mean, you need to fake every. Oh, very
good. Nice.
You gotta remember, even one conversion is.
They gotta get out. The archers are coming. They need to pull out now.
Resources. It's a lot.
Yeah. They gotta pull out now. The archers are coming.
Yeah, they're greedy.
They have skill though. If they turn, they win this.
That's true. If they turn onto the archers, honestly, Atomic's playing this game very well. I think.
Yes, Atomic's playing this really well. She should send like the knights to different parts of the map, right?
Yeah, right. No one's just hit Imperial Age, so that's a little scary.
Yep, green and red are also clicking. The one behind there, of course, is Dieter, who's, he lost all those villies.
Yeah, because he just had a rough go.
Well,
it looks like these crossbows are going to be
marvelous, but he's losing so
and denies a relic, so that's good. Another monk.
Oh no, they're chasing into the castle.
Yeah, knights are chasing into the castle.
Yep.
He saved he still saved a good bit of his army, which is good.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
And they killed quite a few crossbows. But the micro by Noam, honestly, he did, like, I don't know how, but he kept like, none of his damage crossbows. They kept switching moves on the outside.
Yeah, so yeah, now they're going to have to probably regroup here to deal with the Arbalasters. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of knights for Atomic.
Yeah, he has a lot of knights. Can't split them now because now red is coming in with the knights. Forward archery ranges coming out from yellow. All right.
I mean, we have double imp from yellow, red, and blue hasn't even clicked up yet.
But
I mean, he lost like 6 crucial early villagers. Yeah.
Really though, as long as the military numbers don't become too discrepant, like if you're like, yeah, it's gonna suck when your opponent has a treb and you don't, but it's not unwinnable.
Does he get 1 conversion here? Protect it.
Oh, he got it.
He got it. Nice. Good. All right. He needs to protect the monk. Micro it backwards.
And
the monk is saved. Good. Good play.
Yeah,
awesome.
So convert convert 1, kill 3, and you get.
Oh no.
You save, don't lose anything.
All right. So this is what this is what I was saying that green should have done a little bit earlier when they had the push, right? This is what red's doing, right? Exactly this.
I think this is gonna go up before he loses a single build though. So
yeah. He needs to. Oh, they didn't see each other yet.
I didn't even notice though.
Oh,
and neither has green.
Green noticed.
Oh,
Cavalier has come out though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Cavalier might take out the TC, right?
Yeah, they might. He needs to send a couple of knights, not all of them.
It's hard to say, and the TC needs to target a little bit more efficiently, but
red tailed anyways.
Yeah,
it's not worth it, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's not worth to lose all this Cavalier.
Yeah, I agree. Especially like
front
of here coming out.
All right, we got a big.
This kind of sucks because huge fight.
Do you have anyone repairing?
No, he has no one repairing.
He needs to. That is low.
Yeah, it's going down.
Oh yeah, that's going down. And the archers too.
Yeah, he's just giving it. They're too late on the repair.
All right, they cleared the Cavaliers. So nice.
Barely.
It's going down now. It's going down now. This
one. Yeah, that's it. There it is. All right.
Too late on the repair.
Yeah. All right. The Arbalasters are just pushing. All right. Let's see. They're 2-2. Is green imp? Green needs to wait. Does he get Cavalier? Is he researching yet?
That is Cavalier.
Yeah, he's got Cavalier now. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. They might.
I don't think so. Oh,
it's going to be really hard to win.
All right. Okay. Going on those Arbalasters.
And the
they're trapped.
Yeah, but the Arbalesters are +4,
There's
so they're gonna melt
many of them though.
Yeah.
This is unwinnable, I think.
just because of the Arbalesters.
Yeah.
Arbalesters are low.
1,000 Arbalesters.
That, yeah. How many? He's sitting on 57 right here. The treads are into.
And the funny thing is, he's not really taking a good. He's not like he didn't take like a good fight, but because they're fully upgraded Arbalesters,
Yeah.
like they're 10 damage Arbalesters, like they just do so much damage.
Yeah.
Like, that was really the best fight that Atomic could have taken. So it was one.
I mean, the military HP is very close. I guess the Cavaliers have so much HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
it took as good of a fight as possible, but I don't know what they can do here.
maybe if they came out with a little bit more trash too, like some skirmishers. I know, but because the stores are expensive.
Green is the one imp, but he doesn't have a castle for Trebs.
Yeah.
The problem is, I don't think they could win in a Treb fight anyway.
Yeah, they're getting raided.
I think the reality is that Noam and Mandatum aren't making mistakes.
Yes, they're not making mistakes, exactly.
And when you're behind, like Dieter is, you need your opponent to make mistakes. And if they don't make mistakes, you can't win, right? Unless you just have a better late game.
Yeah, this game is done. The Cavaliers are about to go in.
Yeah. Once the Cavaliers go in, I think it's
there it is. The Cavaliers are in.
And I think unlike the first set of today, they're not going to stall it out forever.
Yeah, no, they're going to push. There's the GG called. Well done. Congratulations to Noam and Dieter, Noam and Mandatum for victory. They played really well.
Noam and Mandatum are 1,500 elo, and there's like a 1,700 or like 1,800 elo team in this tournament. So I wonder how that's going to go.
I think it'll be come down to, micro, I think.
Dude, they're gonna be so good that like the game starts in Imperial Age. So like, how do they do that?